Hey gamers, it's Wintermute here from Grind This Game. Back with oxygen not included. I started a new base, as you can see. It's just the default settings, default map. And I kind of skipped through, I'm going to skip through all this beginning stuff just because I got a lot of series of videos that have kind of early base stuff, so I wanted to kind of focus on more late game stuff. So I started out kind of my usual build. I built kind of outhouses over here in this corner. And have since upgraded to regular lavatories. I'm trying to make this space a bit more modular. So I got the bedrooms here, and then a dining hall or mess hall. So five beds, and then I should have 5 mess tables in here, and then enough food for 5 dupes, and then a bathroom for them. So this is kind of a subunit here. And I'm going to repeat it, or I've repeated it here. I don't need this many bathrooms, but eventually I'll put more bathrooms in here. And then I'm going to repeat it here, and I'm going to repeat it here. So I'll have like enough for 20 dupes, and food will be kind of really close to them. So they can grab the food. And it's kind of a passive design, so all the CO2 is going to fall down, all the way down, and eventually to the slicksters once I open all this up. I haven't made any exosuits, but I have dug down here to try to allow the CO2 to go down. And they do get injured when they go down here, but then I just let them get on them or put them on a medical cot and they heal back up. And as you can see, I put these a coal generator, a battery, and a LDG oxidizer. I built a few of these. I built one down here just to allow oxygen to build up, and then I'll eventually turn it off. I've got another one up here because there was not much oxygen up here. Now I've disabled it, but I went in, I found a nice biome here, and I went in and I got all the wheezeworts. And I did the same over here. There was a lot of wheezeworts in here, probably like 7 or 8 of them. And I found this cooling device. So I'm going to centralize all my oxygen production and probably power around this device because it keeps everything really, really cold. Right now I have it disabled because it just got too cold in here. And I've got temporary oxygen production set up. So hydrogen either goes to the nullifier or to the hydrogen generator. And everything else, oh, I got some chlorine in there. Everything else goes off to the base. And it's really cool. It's most of the oxygen is around -10 degrees. What else have I done? Medical cots here. Set up one algae distiller just to any slime that we find, we'll just do it here. And eventually my polluted water store is going to be probably over here somewhere where my power generation is. And I found a natural gas geyser up here. So I'll be hooking this up to some power. I'll build a power plant somewhere in here maybe. Or maybe on the right hand side here. And then water collection maybe at the bottom of this. We'll see how it goes. I got another coal generator here just to power all this. I didn't want to feed power over because eventually I'll have natural gas power here. And I'm trying to use, I think 6 batteries is the optimal amount of batteries for the coal generator, so there's no wasted power. I should probably have a second filter on this, which just sends pure oxygen so we don't send any chlorine to the base. And I'm using heavy watt wire everywhere in this area. Keeps things simple, and eventually this is going to be our main power grid. There's not much that needs to powering in the base right now, so that's just manual power for now. I am turning the meal lice into lice loaf for now while we have this water. I'm trying to use up this water. There was a water area here which I've completely used and cleaned up, and then there was a chunk of water down here that I used up. I've been mainly getting oxygen from algae so far. It's just recently that I put in this oxygen line here. It's all made out of abyssalite so that it kind of preserves the temperature. Same with the piping. So I found the water geyser down here. There's actually 2 side by side. There's one here, one here. Very handy. So the seed, here's the seed for this map if you're interested. So this is all abyssalite, this outer tile. Put in the liquid pump. I hope I made it out of gold. Yeah, gold amalgam. And then sealed it up. And then there's a pipe made out of abyssalite to make sure that this heat doesn't leak out. And it goes up here to our bathrooms. And then the polluted water comes out, goes over here, goes into a filter, and I'm just dumping for now the clean water here. Eventually I'll probably use it. I was dumping it down here, and I might just make a little cut here so that it all dumps in here. We'll see. And we found a chlorine geyser, but I don't have much use for it right now. There's actually a lot of chlorine in here. I guess the CO2 has been collecting, kind of pushing it up. That's not very good. Maybe I'll put a... I had an algae deoxidizer here. I'm going to stick it back just to pump this area full of oxygen. I'm storing liquefiables in here, and they're set at a low priority, so if they're idle, they'll pick up all the snow and stuff and stick it in here, which will melt and fall down here. Okay, so filter. We want pure oxygen. For all piping, I use abyssalite. So that'll go in there. Pure oxygen out. Let's get rid of this line. And everything else, I guess I'll just send right here for now. I'll probably make these floors maybe 3 high, 4 high, I'm not sure yet here. I think probably 3 high. Actually 4, just in case we need room for something else. And our hydrogen is collecting up here, which is not a problem. So I'm going to work my way up here to try to tap this natural gas geyser. Now, the frames per second, we're kind of sitting around 60. Now we're down to 45. I'm only going to take on 20 dupes, I think, total. Not going for any 100 dupe challenge this time, but we'll see how things go. Trying to keep things nice and clean, nice and tidy. In my last base, as you know, or if you watch that series of videos, my piping was a bit of a mess. So this is kind of temporary. I will be cleaning this up. I really don't like how you can't destroy these tiles, but I'll have to live with it, I guess. I've been very picky with my duplicants, so I'm looking for diver's lungs with high strength, and none of these are it. So not everyone's diver's lungs, but a lot of these dupes are. Oh yeah, so rooms. All these are bedrooms and mess hall, bathroom. This should, I'm missing a door here. This should be a mess hall. And this tile along here is all abyssalite. I'm gonna straighten it out here. I might as well do that now. To try to keep the temperature in the base constant. Because it's hot over here. We don't want that leaking into the base. And storage is going to be here. I wanted this tunnel to be 4 high, so there's a bit of wasted space here and here, but that's okay. I'll keep building storage down, probably symmetrically down along here. Oh, and I only wanted to have one main ladder. I've seen a lot of bases where there's columns of stuff. Actually, I can get rid of this. I wanted to reduce the pathing of the dupes as much as possible, so they only have one way to get around. I should take out this ladder actually. It was a temporary ladder. Probably should have dug this out first. Oh well. And there's slime in here, as you can probably see, right down here, slime lung. And I'm just digging it in. Oh, this guy's stuck. Oh, there's like a whole bunch of them here. Stuck. Get out of there. Oh yeah, as you notice, I put Weezeworts all over the place. I'm trying to cool down this area so the slime lung dies. Eventually it'll get cool in here, I think. I'm gonna have to build some temporary ladders here, so we can deconstruct this. Eventually I might have a tube along this third line, or over to the right here. Maybe. I'll probably put an exosuit dock somewhere around here, so that it can get down in here. There's actually 2 oil reservoirs. And lots of slicksters. I just want a big column here so that CO2 can fall down and feed these, which will eventually be all these slicksters. I'll eventually make a slickster farm like I usually do. Kind of a closed room that's nice and warm that we pump CO2 into. But for now, we're just kind of letting the CO2 fall down. A little bit of it's trapped here. These fridges used to be in CO2, but they're not anymore. I might actually move them here. And over here I'm turning igneous rock into sand. Kind of a low priority. And this area was pretty warm, so I'm trying to cool it down. This was all polluted oxygen, but I put a filter in there. There's quite a bit of reed fiber in here, which I'll use. In fact, I might start making some exosuits. Oh, we need refined metal. Okay. Let's make some copper ore. Some refined copper instead of that igneous rock. I've also done some strip mining, as you can see here. There was algae and iron in here. How much algae do we have? Well, we're running low on algae, so we might want to strip mine some more. There's some in here. How's oxygen in the base looking? We can probably disable this. That deoxidizer. And the one down here as well. Don't need that on. Oh, there's a little bit of algae down here. Oh, and some in here. Oh, and a nice patch here. I'll go in this way. We can explore a bit as well. Oh, it's pretty warm in here. That's okay. some hidden stuff over here. To find what's in there. There's so much algae on the map, and iron. Try not to dig any stuff that I'm not going to use. Because I suspect it just causes lag. Actually, I'm at 38 frames per second now. If I click on a fridge, it drops to 20 frames per second. There's some issues with the display there. Not as bad, but similar with the storage containers. Oh, got a new dupe. Let's see. No diver's lungs. No one we like. It's getting a bit warm in this top corner. Could try making an ice block, but then it'll melt and cause a mess. Maybe put a wheezewort here. So I've just gone in and built a gas pump here out of gold so it doesn't melt down, and led an abyssalite pipe out, and also fed it power from down here. Put a temporary power transformer in. Probably going to need more coal power for this line. Actually, it's okay. So we'll take that out and then we'll filter it probably, because there's some other stuff in here. And we got to figure out where we're going to put our natural gas power plant. We want it to be close to this thing. Could be, we could put it here. Or off to the side here. I think I'll put it in this area here. And put a big basin underneath. Let's plan this out. So something like this, I think. I think that'll work. And then some levels in between for our power. Now these are 3 high. Something like this, I think. Actually, that's not going to line up. Actually, that'll be fine. That'll drop right in there. And then a floor underneath. Oh, we're running low on iron now. I'll come back once they've kind of dug out most of this. It's going to take a while. Okay, so we got some basic power set up here. I haven't put a CO2 outlet yet. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put that. Power's hooked up. I'm not going to hook up these two yet. I built kind of a column here so that the polluted water can drain out and fill up this area here. And eventually I'll extend these over. Everyone was getting hypothermia though. So we're going to let them rest for a little while, but I'm going to head down here and see if I can get to the oil biome. It's way down here, so it looks like there's another ice biome here. That way we could send the CO2 directly down here, or let it fall down. So we'll see what secrets are in here. To get to this screenshot mode is just Alt-S, and you can zoom way out. How's oxygen in the base? Not great. We're almost out of water here. I should probably stop making lice loaf. We've got so much food. It's probably just rotting. This would be a good place to store food though. Oh, in here I have bleach stone, which eventually is going to get exposed. And we got new dupes. Let's see who we have. Quick learner. Diver's lungs. Oh, but bottomless stomach. I don't like them. We're in no rush. Okay, oxygen, temperatures, a little bit chilly. Probably don't need this wheezewort. And I was going to put an exosuit forge in. Now we have enough copper. Let's stick that right here. We won't need it for very long. Stick that up. That's probably good for this episode though. We kind of covered the basics. All the research is done. I explained my modular design here. And in the next episode I'll probably hook up this power and see what we have down here. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.